Hello, everybody. My name is Rabbi Mendel Bogomilsky of Chai Center Chabad in Short Hills. I'd like to share with you a thought concerning this week's Torah portion called Metzora. The Parsha of Metzora, the portion of Metzora, is midway through the third book of the Torah, the book of Vayikra, and it continues the theme of last week's Torah portion called Tazria, which talks about the idea of tzara'as. And what is tzara'as? Tzara'as is a skin affliction that hits a person who speaks gossip excessively. The punishment is that if they're deemed to have this affliction, a patch of skin turns white or hair turns a color, they need to be quarantined outside the camp until such time as through introspection and through a teshuvah process, they become purified, and then they're once again allowed to enter the camp and rejoin the society. So in the beginning of this week's Torah portion, Metzora, we talk about that process that happens when the individual who had been hit with the tzara'as becomes rehabilitated and joins the community again. I want to share with you a commentary by the 16th century Torah commentator called Kli Yakar, whose name was Rabbi Ephraim Lunchitz. And he asks the following question at the beginning of the Parsha. The Parsha opens up and it says, "This shall be the law of the Metzora, that at the time when he becomes purified. He shall be brought to the Kohen, vihuva el ha-Kohen. He shall be brought to the Kohen." The very next verse says, "V'yatza ha-Kohen," the Kohen shall go out, el michutz lamachaneh, outside the camp, and that Kohen shall see this individual and shall deem him to become rehabilitated and perform a whole ceremony that's detailed afterwards. So the Kli Yakar asks, the first sentence says that this guy shall be brought to the Kohen, vihuva el ha-Kohen. The second, very next sentence says the Kohen shall go out to greet him, to meet him. Well, which one is it? And he explains that the word tzara'as or Metzora is a contraction of the two words motzi ra. Metzora is a contraction of motzi ra, one who brings out the evil inside of himself, one who allows the evil that lurks inside his heart to be expressed in public. And he explains that just as flies are attracted not to fresh and healthy meat, but to decay, to rot, so too an individual that traffics in gossip is obviously attracted to the negative, the baser stuff that's happening, the negative qualities of people. He could have said nice things about somebody. Everybody has something nice to say. There's something nice about them, some quality, some redeeming factor. Instead, this individual takes delight and traffics excessively in gossip. Clearly, this is an individual who themselves has evil inside themselves. And by speaking the gossip, you're allowing that evil to come out. Vihuva el ha-Kohen, he shall be brought to the Kohen. What is a Kohen? A Kohen is a person who, out of a sense of self-sacrifice, takes their time, effort, and energy and uses it to uplift the people around them. Use it to perform the services in the temple. Use it to bring Jews closer to spirituality. So this guy shall be brought to the Kohen, not literally, but figuratively, shall be brought to the level of recognizing that one's life, in fact, should be like a Kohen. Not looking to denigrate, not looking to detract, but rather to uplift, rather to create spirituality instead of creating chaos and instead of creating discord and strife. Then, v'yatza ha-Kohen, the Kohen will go out el michutz lamachaneh, to outside the camp, wherever this guy still is. He's still michutz lamachaneh, he's still outside the camp. He still needs a lot of work. But the Kohen will be able then, once this person has made the first steps towards realizing what he needs to do and how he should be acting, the Kohen then can help him find his way back to be a completely rehabilitated member of society. And the lesson, of course, for us is that when we are faced with something that is exciting to say about somebody else, it's a little negative something, it's a big temptation. You get a little kick out of saying something that look at that guy, and you lift yourself up above the other person and you make yourself better than them. So we have to remember that this is not a quality. The quality would be if we can act like the Kohen, The father of all the Kohanim is Aharon, the first Kohen. Pirkei Avos, Ethics of the Father, says about Aharon that he was Ohev Shalom, one who loved peace, Rodev Shalom, one who pursued peace, Ohev et Habriot, one who loved all fellow man, Umekarvam Torah, he brought them closer to God's plan of how to act in Torah. And this indeed is how we should be acting, elevating rather than denigrating, uplifting rather than causing strife and discord. And in fact, if we do this, this helps us ourselves get rid of whatever is inside of ourselves, to look for the good in other people, and this brings out the good in ourselves too. Thank you very much. Shabbat Shalom.